Become a sponsor today by visiting patreon.com/psychologyis.
I think many people are well aware of the phrase vicious cycle, but fewer people are aware of the phrase virtuous cycle. And that's a good thing for people to know about. The virtuous cycle, which you could sum up quite simply as when you do good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you do good. And so doing good leads to
Right.
feeling good, which leads to doing good, which leads to feeling good, and around this virtuous cycle you go. And I love this because clearly, like you said, it's a win-win. So it's like, how do we enhance well-being? Well, there's the question of how do I enhance my own well-being, but also how do I enhance well-being in others' lives? And the answer can actually be the same thing. It's like, be in service, be generous, be kind, be virtuous, be good, and then you'll feel better yourself. So it's personally beneficial, and those who you serve and express your love to also experience enhanced well-being. So I really love how that connects.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Nick. Thanks so much. And you're pointing to the beautiful recognition that service is not self-sacrifice. It also is enlightened self-interest. And once you get that, everything changes. And you begin to understand why all the contemplative traditions emphasize all these practices, the yoga, the ethics, the meditation, the contemplation, are not just for yourself alone. They are to render us more effective instruments of service, but it's a virtuous cycle. We serve, we go into ourselves to go more effectively out into the world, and we go out into the world to go deeper into ourselves.
Beautiful.
And in fact, the great historian Arnold Toynbee found that the one characteristic of the life cycle, those people who had made the greatest contribution to human well-being, was what he called the cycle of withdrawal and return. At a certain stage of their life, or sometimes several stages, they withdrew from a while from the hustle and bustle of daily activity. They went deeply into themselves to wrestle with the great questions of meaning and purpose and life, etc. And then, having come to some sort of insight, then they returned in order to offer their understanding and their service to others. And that cycle, withdrawal and return, is what you call the virtuous cycle, is really, Toynbee found, was the characteristic of people who've been most contributory in human history.
That's inspiring. Just to understand that framework, to be able to put that language on it. And it's, the metaphor of breathing is coming to my mind, like the inhale is the withdrawal, the exhale is the return, and they feed into each other. They're interdependent.
Yeah, you can't do one without the other.
Exactly.